Hello, Markee Dragon, also known as Marcus Eikenberry in real life, and welcome to another episode of the EVE Online 30-Day Challenge. I think today we're going to talk about something that may sound quite boring. It's called cargo containers. God, I can hardly even get the words out. It's cargo containers, and I want to learn a little bit more about them because I see a lot of people using them. I see cargo containers near space stations. I see them near asteroid belts and stuff like this. And I think that they're like storage lockers out in space, but I want to find out more about that. So today I've got, let's see here. I was looking at my mail here. And I've got a lot of skills going on here. I'm at over 1 million skill points now, and feeling pretty good about everything. So, hey, you guys who are here in TeamSpeak, are any of you familiar with cargo containers?
Somewhat.
Somewhat.
Everyone should be.
Let's see here. So what is a cargo container?
There's two cargo container types. One is you just leave it in space, and it's a secure one. Nobody except you or the people that know the password to it can open it. The other one is you just take something in your ship's cargo bay and put it out in space. Anyone can take it, but if they're not friendly with you, they will get suspect, which means they can get attacked.
It's the same one you see floating in space after something's destroyed.
Yeah. Okay. So
but you can see the there's another one as well. You can see the one in the market under ship equipment, deployable equipment, cargo containers.
Ship
and
equipment,
then there's the
deployable
station
equipment.
containers that you cannot put into a ship. They're just basically folders for your inventory.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
To help organize.
So under ship equipment, I'm here under ship equipment, and I looked up the keyword cargo. I don't see anything that says deployable.
No, ship equipment, deployable equipment, cargo containers.
Okay, maybe the word cargo is not good to have in there.
Well, it's under deployable equipment.
Okay. Cargo containers. That didn't come up in that search. That was interesting. Okay, so cargo containers. So would if I'm out mining, let's say, would I be using a freight container or a secure container, or?
You would use a giant secure container.
Secure container. Okay, giant secure container.
And you can only anchor them in 0.7 or lower, and you need to have at least the first level of anchoring. Yeah, anchoring level 1.
And looks like they're available for about 285,000 ISK. Now, and I don't have the skills for it, which is fine. How much does this hold? Let's see here. Oh, that view details just really didn't tell me nothing.
Yeah, go to attributes.
3,000, I think they hold. They're not quite big.
The thing about these is that they're like a TARDIS. They're bigger on the inside.
Okay. Okay.
And so you can put them like into an industrial. They will hold more than their cubic meters.
Okay. And so how long does... So let's say that I buy one of these and I anchor it out in space in an area where I'm doing mining or whatever. How long will it stay out there?
Everything has a limit of 30 days. If you don't go back to it and at least access it once, it will disappear.
Okay. Because I could see things getting totally cluttered. I was noticing that in another game.
Let everything stay.
Yeah.
And then it got too much load for the server, and then they had the great cleanup, and now things disappear after 30 days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was just in another game that yesterday I was looking at it, and they also have something very similar. They have a lockbox, and I was noticing that some houses in this game were littered with them, and I'm looking at this going, "Wow, this really detracts from gameplay because there's so many of them." So let's see here. I okay. How? What other ways are these used? I mean, I can see you using it for like mining. What other ways are they used?
Um, well, if you're like, sometimes you'll have them anchored inside a POS for people to get stuff out of. Other times, people will use maybe just the smaller one, cheaper ones, to just anchor a advertisement in space, spelling out words and stuff.
Okay.
Or they'll attach the name to it so that you could see it in space with their, maybe their core advertisement message.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I'm not so sure. Do you think that in order for the audience who's any noobs that are watching, do you think we need to go further into this, like actually buy one and try and place one, or?
It's actually really simple. Just train anchoring one
Mm-hmm.
and be in a point 0.7 or lower security system. Bookmark it so that you can warp directly back to it if you're mining.
Mm-hmm.
It's really not complicated about it.
Yeah. Okay. And can they be broken into at all?
Well, if you're stupid to put a simple password,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like 1111, or the
yeah,
word password. Password for the password. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, that makes sense. So I don't actually think
Oh,
I don't feel like I need one of these. So.
there is another thing though that
Mhm.
some people forget that to anchor it, and so another industrial can come on and then pick it up. You got to remember to anchor it,
Oh,
or someone can
interesting.
steal it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so
And just
if
because you put a password on it, all the person has to do is go to carry it back to the station, and then repackage it, and then get your stuff out of it.
oh sweet, I could totally see that. So will scanners pick that up if they're not anchored?
Well, you can see them on the directional scanner, but you can't warp to them if they're like not in the belt or something.
Hmm. Interesting.
They
So,
will, they'll show on the overview, but if someone has it in uh, bookmarked deep space spot, you can't warp to it.
mhm. You just have to know which direction it is and just hit your afterburner and wait around until you see it.
It'll probably take you years to get to it.
Oh God. Okay, I didn't realize warp traveled that much greater speed. So.
Yeah, it's space is space.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Well. Okay. I think I'm learned enough on cargo containers. I don't think that. I don't feel like I need one. Um, so that. Let's see. And then there's.
Yeah, if you're not going to be putting stuff in space mining, uh, and you don't have a POS to organize stuff outside the POS, you probably just want to use a station container to organize.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Could you? Let's see here. That's really
Just
interesting.
remember that you can't move a station container. You buy it at the station you want it at.
Oh. Now, okay. So tell me about this because like I have my inventory here. If I can find my inventory button, I always seem to lose these. So I have my inventory here at the station that I'm at, and what is a station container going to do for me here?
Well, like I said, it's just like a organization thing. You can put one in your station and give it a name, and you can drop things into it so that you don't have to dig through all your stuff if you have a bunch of stuff. You just go to that station container and you know it's there.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's just an organizational thing.
basically, because they're so big. They're what is that? 1,000,000 cubic meters.
Okay. And do I have a limit in my inventory in my station here?
No. Another thing, one of these containers are like freight containers, whatever. They're used by freighters.
Mm-hmm.
To help organize as well.
Okay. So, okay.
Because those things are like 250,000.
So, now, would that be so here's station containers here. So 125,000. Looks like it's what the cheapest they're selling for. Wow, they sell for all kinds of prices here. Jeez. Now,
Well,
do you buy it at the station that you want it at, or can you then take it to another place?
Not the station containers. They're too big for any ship to move.
I see. I see. So, so this Coiffé Company warehouse, they have containers available there at 125,000. Is that like some place where nobody wants to go, and that's why it's so cheap, or?
Let me see. You're looking at. Let me just close it up here. Okay, so the volume and the capacity are the same. So they're 1,000,000 cubic meters, and so if you want to organize, you got to buy it at the station you're going to be at. Sometimes the station may not have it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. And what would you attribute is the difference in prices?
That's the market working.
Mm-hmm. So some of them are like 2 million. And that's out at the Federal Intelligence Office Assembly Plant. Just seems to me, is this any indication of where commerce happens?
Not really.
Not really, because I guess JITA would be either the highest or the lowest price if it was an indication. Although I can't see JITA from here, I don't think.
No. Yeah, it's just wherever people are selling them.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's interesting. Now, I also noticed that there's station vault containers and station warehouse containers.
Basically different names. If you look at the station warehouse container, it is 10,000,000 cubic meters.
Okay.
Your question earlier was about limit. I think I was thinking of just your basic station inventory limit. There is the size of the container itself. There is a limit to those.
Okay.
But if you don't have a container, you just drop it as general items. Then there's no limit.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't have too much crap at the moment, but as I keep going, I'm sure that that I will.
You'll find corps using these for the corp hanger.
Okay. Okay, and then I guess that's, and then there's something here called standard containers. Secure containers, standard containers, station containers, standard cargo container used with common freight. I guess that doesn't really even tell me what it would be for, except maybe it's a container that's not secure.
Yeah, only the secure ones you can put a password on, and other things are either for organization, in ship, or in station.
Okay. And then freight containers. Interregional freight. Okay. So, and if you're shipping something from one place to another, are you going to want to have it in a container or something? Or if it's a whole bunch of stuff, does that make it easier for the person who's transporting it?
Maybe if they want to put things in to organize. You can't put like certain ships inside. If they're like a freighter, your ship will have to be repackaged to ship it. You can't have any mods attached. I've not really gotten into freighters. The biggest one I have is the Eidolon. So I'll put in the GSCs in it to fit in a few more cubic meters because of the way they work. That's my main concern is about GSCs, and nothing really larger than that.
Okay. Okay, so cool. Well, I guess there's one last thing here under deployable equipment containers is audit log secure containers. Why would I want to store audit logs?
Anybody else? All I know is that usually like in a corp you can tell who's taking stuff out, but I don't know if these are anything special. I don't know. I just know that there's maybe these are the ones that the corp uses, but I know that they'll have a record, so you can see who's stealing from you.
Right. Okay. Well, very good. So, okay. I am, let's see here. Okay.
Yeah, the fail spies, like in Eve University, like one guy when I was in it took like 2 million worth of crap mods, and he thought he was all special.
Okay. Devillian, I have heard you. There is no one here to tell at the moment. So, okay. Well, I think that next thing that I want to do is here's my mining rig. Okay, I'll probably have to send this off to my mining guy because I'm not sure that I'm going to do much more mining with this character. I'm too hot of a I'll get ganked. I'm surprised I didn't get killed the other day. So let's see here. Now, there was some other ships. Oh, actually, I want to go look at the marketplace on the Gnosis and see what those are currently at. I think the market has probably gone down. Those special ships that everybody got.
They dropped something like 12 to 15%. It's somewhat sad to see because you bought them at about 200 million.
210.
Now they're so cheap.
Yeah, so I see them as cheap as like 179 here. But I bought them to hold on to for a little while. I probably won't be looking to sell them until after they are no longer redeemable as the gift. So that's when I would expect that the market will start going back up at some point at that time or before then. But it may not be, it may not go fast. I may have to sit on them for a while.
And in 10 years you can use it as a giveaway, just like with the battle cruisers.
I see. Yeah. Okay. So, well, that was a lot of money for that, but that's okay. Okay, I want to look at ships here in the market. So I'm thinking, and you guys can correct me if you think that I am just going totally off the deep end here, but I now have the ability to do cruisers, and I was thinking that the Rupture here is, would this make a good salvage vessel?
can't believe you said that.
I would say destroyer for the first newbie, and then the actual salvage ship.
And
'Cause
why?
if you're going to go with a cruiser, you might as well get the salvage ship.
Oh, I see. Well, I've got one of the salvage ships actually, but it. Let's see. Where
Can
is
you
it?
use it yet?
Yeah, I think so. Let's see. It's a Noctis, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I can use it. But this has, you know, when I'm flying this, am I saying gank me?
No, if you're at war, yes. But if you're doing missions, you put away your mission ship, then go back to the mission in space and just salvage.
We're at war though.
Yeah, as I said, if you're at war, you're stupid if you're going out in a non-combat ship.
Which is why I was thinking of the other ship, because I could fit.
That's why you would use the destroyer. It's cheap.
Okay. So use the destroyer instead.
Yeah, the cruiser is going to cost more.
I like the fit of a salvaging destroyer in air hogs for you.
Okay. The Loki 0.5.
Had to call it.
Coercer?
That would be a ship you might be using because you're specializing in Kaldari.
No, I'm not specializing in Kadari.
Coercer is Amar.
I'm Minmatar.
The Amar ship is what I'm using. It just happened to be.
Okay.
Basically, you want to compare the cargo sizes.
So, I guess I'm a little bit confused. If I'm focusing on Minmatar ships, and this one's not Minmatar,
Destroyers is non-racial right now, but
okay.
Get your destroyers up to 4, and so you'll be protected from the coming patch.
Destroyers to 4, so I'm protected from the patch. Okay, let me go look at my skills here, just to get sidetracked for a second here, huh? So, Spaceship Command, Destroyers, I'm at level 3 would be training next. When is that patch? Is that the June 4th patch? The
June something?
June something? Yeah. I'm wondering if I, just pop this in and try and get this done right now. It trumps everything else. So, okay, so I'm training to level 4, 1 day, 17 hours.
Yeah, before you get on to cruisers, you need to at least get the standard core done. And then you also got to get your, I would say, what I would call standard gunnery. And then you have to also train the medium guns as well.
Mm-hmm.
And you should also train some drone skills for the light, or the frigate NPCs if you're in a mission.
Mm-hmm. So Afterburner 2. Looks like I don't have the Afterburner 4. So that's another 20 hours to do that. And small salvage. Oh, I don't even have armor rigging level 1.
You don't have to worry about rigs. You just wait until you're can afford them, and you can put them on something where they are not worth more than the ship.
Okay. So, yeah, this is like an addiction, you know that?
Yeah, people can spend a long time just researching fitting ships and using EFT or the other one. I'll put a link in chat.
Okay. Well, I'll get that armor rigging going. It was cheap, so... Okay. Cormorant. It's a nice looking ship. Okay, so I have a destroyer already. I'm trying to figure out where it's at. Maybe it's not at this station. Were the Stabbers destroyers?
Well, your destroyer, you would probably have a Thrasher.
A Thrasher. I'm looking at these ships here and I don't... It's a Hurricane. Maelstrom. Maybe I got blown up in it.
Alright, I found the other one. The more graphical looking one.
Okay.
The way those, like EFT and EFIT work is you can set your character in them, and that way you can set up a ship and get a close idea if you're able to actually fit that ship before buying everything.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, so yeah, I had a Thrasher. I don't remember whether I... It seems to me that that I God, I just don't know where it went. Let's see here.
Well,
So
you can look in your assets and then search for it.
okay, I have a couple of them. So I have this one Sherbin gave me, named Unblock Me. Gave that to me so that I would unblock him on chat. So, kind of
So
funny.
you can attach 3 salvagers and the rest tractor beams, and that's the cheaper way to salvage.
Mm-hmm.
You can put on a cargo expander, maybe put on an afterburner.
Okay, well, let's let me go out. I'm gonna go out and pick this one up. We'll see what's on it, if anything.
You can see what's on it by right-clicking and was it show something? Can't remember
Show
what it was.
info.
Okay.
Show
Well, I'm
content.
gonna go out and pick it up. I'll just fit it up if I have to. So, see if the coast looks clear. It does. And I'm going in eat cake. I don't know where I put my other shuttle. I left it at some other station, I guess. I think I'm going to end up with little shuttles at a bunch of stations just from transferring back and forth to different places.
Warp drive active.
So, I think, by the way, just mention it now while I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking of changing my schedule just a little bit on the broadcast schedule, and to take it down to 4 days a week broadcasting for the Eve Challenge instead of 5, and thinking about taking Wednesdays out as well. And I'm finding that this is taking up a lot of time to do this, and some other things are sliding by the wayside. So, and we'll just extend it out another week on to get up to the 30 days.
The game's not addicting enough?
Well, it is. It really is addicting enough, but this damn real life shit keeps getting in the way. So, I think I need to make just a little bit of a change. I'm already planning on my next 30-day challenge, which a game that's not announced yet, but I've got I think I've got it all squared away. And that one I think we're going to do it 3 days a week, because this is just too aggressive of a schedule when I have so many other responsibilities at the same time. So
That wouldn't be happening to be what you told me in text chat?
oh, did I tell you something in text chat? Well, don't say it out loud if I did, but no, I don't think it is.
Well, you asked me if I wanted to be in something, and I said sure.
Oh, well, we'll have to talk about that later. So, I won't make any official announcements till the paperwork is signed.
Do you just plan on trimming down the days, or the hours will change as well?
Just the days. I think I'm just gonna be off on Wednesdays as well, but the hours will be the same.
And the usual question from the chat room, will you continue to play after this challenge?
Yes, the answer is yes. Now, if I am doing a challenge on another game, of course I'm going to be spending a lot of time in the other games. But I will keep my skills training up, and I will pop in from time to time, and I'll live broadcast it and record some more videos, and participate in some special events and everything too. So that's kind of the way I plan on it. It probably won't be as dramatic as what I'm doing now. Thorman, thank you for the fitting there. I'll take a look at that. I saved a copy of it. So I'm really enjoying doing this, but I can say that for the the next challenge that I do or whatnot, there's going to be several weeks in between from the time this one ending to another one starting, just because of the sheer scope of the project to edit up like the best of all of these videos out and everything. The plan is for the Eve thing here is that I'll have 150 episodes that I'll have recorded, and each episode being 45 minutes to an hour, and most of these will have some sort of content that'll be like the stuff that we did right at the beginning here, talking about cargo containers will be made into its own segment, and then we'll go up on the main Markee Dragon channel for starter information about cargo containers and everything. So, and then all the fights will make it in there somehow.
150 episodes.
Yeah. It's going to come out to around 150 best of videos. So some of these I've identified will have up to 3 different videos that'll be made out of one single episode, and others won't have anything, where we're just flying through space for an hour. So, yeah, it's a huge project. This is so much bigger than I ever imagined, and I never imagined that it would have so much attention on it. So the Eve community has really come out for this, and there's been so many people that have been wanting to try Eve that are following this. Oh, here's something interesting. It says there's an incursion profile in the system that I'm in. What's going on here?
Those are the Sanchez Nation raiding the solar system.
I've never run into that before. I don't even know what it is.
They're the random things that I mentioned the other day that to pop up there with more difficult missions.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you'll have a Sancho frigate or so in one of the belts, which if you're not a good player, you don't want to come across them.
Yeah, I don't consider myself to be a good player yet.
If you come across them in low sec or so, sometimes they'll actually be camping the gates and they will warp scramble you and destroy you.
Oh, fun. Well, that's cool. This is one of the things I love about the game is I like the threat level. And so, it's kind of funny, but I was thinking a little bit about, this deal of being the #1 most wanted, and I was trying to figure out why I was okay with that. Because when you think about it, most people would greatly fear being #1 because they would feel like it would severely impact their gameplay. And while it does severely alter my gameplay, I find it to be a fascinating part of the challenge, and it's actually one of the things I loved about Ultima Online so well, was being out in the PvP side of it that was that I could be killed at any minute. And so it's like everywhere you go, you're on high alert. All your senses are fully going and everything, and that's one of the main things that actually draws me to Eve, and being #1 most wanted, it just adds fuel to that fire, and it's not too hot for me to make me go away. So that's cool.
One of the things about the Sanchez Nation, the story is that there's this man who did experiments on cybernetics and stuff and implants. Basically, the Sanchez now are they're Eve's Borg, and they're like zombies in space. And he has this whole nation of people that are just his drones, and the whole lore about it is they have seemed to have discovered a way to actually stabilize wormholes and use them from going through the sleepers and everything. And it's possible with the upcoming expansion that they have actually managed to gain a foothold in the Jove space, and they've attacked a station there and taken control of it. And the Jovians are Eve's basically super race. They're like thousands of years ahead of everyone else, and they closed off their gates so no one can get to them. They're basically like dev space, and so we'll see if they come into play in the next expansion. There was a speculation on if Jovian space is going to be open up to players or not. Maybe we'll have to help them out or something. If I remember right in the lore, they also are suffering from a disease.
Okay. Well, that it's funny because I'm listening to you talk about that and everything, and there's a lot of people who are very much into storyline. I'm not so much into storyline, but I like the thrill of the things that the storyline causes, if that makes sense. So the hardships or the wars or the different issues. So okay. So I have two Thrasher setups here, and Thorman sent me one that is that he has set up for just salvaging, and it looks like it has no weapons on it whatsoever. I think that might be a fun one to try.
Normally you don't even try to salvage if there's anything that's hostile to you.
Okay. So I need to. Is there any way that, like, if I click on this and I do like show info here, this won't tell me if I have any anywhere, will it? Do I have to search through all of my assets to see whether or not I have them?
You can search by the ship's name or the name that you called the ship.
To see whether or not I have a tractor beam?
No, and you have to go to assets and search for tractor beam.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, there's some things in here that I think would just be niceties that I keep running into. Like, I don't want to buy a bunch more of these small tractor beams if I already have a bunch. And so...
Well, you can search for the individual mods that are not attached through the asset search. If you're looking for something that's attached to a ship, you need to show contents on that ship.
Right. Well, I'm talking about building this ship. So do I buy all the shit here, or do I have it at another station? I can just fly there and pick it up. And it'd be so nice that, like, I look at this small tractor beam right here, and it says, that I own 5 of them or something like that. And then
those are the fittings on that ship.
What?
Those are the fittings on that ship.
I think we're talking about two different things here. I'm talking about that I'm going to fit this ship. I want to put this on here. I want to know if I already have some, and I wish that this would tell me that.
Okay, yeah, so if you want to know if you have tractor beams, you go to your assets and type in the tractor beams in the search. If you want to know if you have them on the ship already, you need to right-click that ship, show contents.
Mm-hmm.
While it might be a bit more expensive, it's a lot better to have separate bases with already sufficient equipment for all the mission running, mining, and salvaging. So you can just run around in your paws and you have a setup base.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, once I figure out the spatial relation of everything, because see, I think that's one of the issues here is that I know how many hops it is between different things, but I don't know what areas are good for what, and I think that'll come with experience.
Well, basing in Arnon, you're not going to have the best market.
Okay. Well, that's another thing I was thinking. I was actually thinking that maybe I should base myself out of Jita.
Arnon is if you want to work on the Epic Arc.
Somewhere around Jita there's a lot more traffic, and with that bounty you can't really fly an expensive ship.
True.
You can go to either closer to the, how do we say it? I never know how to say it, Ocelert, or go over to the other region where Dodixie is, and base out of somewhere near there. You don't have to base out of Dodixie. You can always base 2 jumps away or so. And if you're going to be doing missions, there's a bunch of level 4, level 3 and 4 missions, agents, combat mission agents out there.
Mm-hmm.
He is yet to run a level 3 mission on
I've
his
yet
own.
to run a level 2 mission.
But Dodixie and the other place are the main hubs for Galante Space, if you're going to be there.
Yeah, and see, I just I hear all of that, and I know you're giving me good information, but it just doesn't register with me because I don't know how to pull it all together, and so I don't know how to determine where I should be, other than where I'm at,
shopping,
where I've been
that's
basing
where you wanna
myself out of right now. So, and that's purely just a decision on, okay, all my shit's here, so that's where I'm living at the moment.
You make the best of what you can if you don't want to go on shopping runs.
Yeah, well, that's just it. Is I'm looking at this and I'm thinking that okay, so I've got my tractor beam out there at my, in Arnon, and I think I have salvagers out there too.
If you want to find prices that are probably going to be close to what they are, go to Eve Central, and then you can look up the item you're looking for, and you'll get a good idea of what the prices may be at that time.
Mm-hmm. And Eve Central, that's a website, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cap recharger.
Chatroom saying the site is always something like out of date. It's probably a day behind.
Mm-hmm. Now, what's everybody shouting Amar for?
A good place to buy shit.
Oh, good place to buy stuff. Okay.
People will say that it's expensive, though.
Hmm.
Same as GTEM.
Basically, Eve Central works by you, the player, having the Eve Contriptastic running on your computer, and every time you look at the market, it will take the cache from that market page you're looking at and upload it to the website.
Interesting.
So it all depends upon players using the market for the up-to-date prices.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Yeah, that makes sense. I like how that works. I love how the Eve API stuff works. I think it's not quite brilliant, but it's just so useful for making so many things. Okay. So, looks like I can buy a couple of these here at the station. And I guess I'm just going to buy 2 right now. I know I'm going to end up going on shopping runs and stuff, but it's a fact of that I don't have the knowledge yet. Like what Ink says, stock up on stuff in different places and stuff, and I agree with that. But at the same time, I don't know what I'm going to be, what I'm going to be hanging out with, what's going to be important to me.
The systems I find of use of me that are really great places to mine, level 4 missions for me. For you it will be a different level. Some belts with, some systems with ice belts, they will get removed soon. There's also some systems really close to LowSec that have quite a lot of PvP, so you can go there, drop some ships, sell them for about 10 to 20% more than in Jita, and make quite a few nice bucks.
You are actually just a few jumps away from a low-sec area that people may buy, but some of the issue is that we're already supplying ourselves over there anyway. People put up the market in the Galente Caldari faction warfare that you're just a few jumps away from.
Okay, well, it says to. Oh, I need 3 cap recharges. I only bought 2. Pfft, damn it. Okay.
Skill training completed.
So I need to go and buy 1 more cap recharger. Man, this is an expensive ship.
Don't say that. They will camp you outside the station.
Well, you know, I can always choose to log off and come back later. That's the way I look at it. So, let's see, inventory.
You can always log on to the mining account.
Yeah, except I decided that I wasn't ever going to broadcast that one live. So,
Broadcast it once, die 10 times over.
that's right. That's exactly it. And so I didn't want to do that. So I already have enough of that going on.
If you're building a salvage destroyer, you might want to take off one of the boosters there and put on a afterburner. The chargers there, because sometimes things will be far away.
Hmm. Thor. Oh, here he is. Hey, Thor. Welcome.
Hi there. Sorry, yeah, no, I gotta apologise. The link I linked to, yeah, I did say when I linked it that I to put an afterburner on instead of one of the cap chargers.
Oh, so I've got an extra cap charger now.
I apologise.
It's okay. So no, it's okay. Okay. So. Yeah. Okay. Well, so I guess IT Pal was right on the money with that, huh?
Yes, he was.
Okay.
The other thing as well is if you're going to do the Noctis is the better one for the salvaging, and I did link you another fit for that as well. But the Destroyer is a good starter. It's good for the newbies.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I told him not to take that out in war.
Yeah, I don't have. Yeah, and since there's all the war going on, you know.
It is basically a battle cruiser hull, so it's going to move like one, so it's going to be easily tackled.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Thinking, so for afterburners, though, on what'll fit on this ship.
It'll be 1 mm.
1 mm?
That's correct.
Okay. Level 1?
Yeah, 1 is mainly frigate size, 10 is cruiser and above, and 100 mn is battleship and above.
Okay, I think I have some of these in my assets. Let's see here. Search.
And going back to what you were discussing about 30 minutes ago, I do believe it would be very, very good if, when you bought a fitting, if it told you if you had the stuff. I totally got what you were saying.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. It just makes sense.
It would be nice.
To know my inventory of stuff. That's part of the problem I'm having with the game. And now somebody else said that there's a lot of third-party websites. I think somebody in chat said that there's a lot of third-party websites that cover a lot of what I'm asking for. And so, you know, maybe that's...
Well, maybe websites and maybe apps. I'm not aware of any that will actually keep track of your inventory or something.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there is one.
Yeah, well, you know, if these apps know all of your stuff and, you know, have an API straight into the game, it'd be nothing to log into a website and allow it to just scan your inventory for the day, and then when you go out, you'll know where everything is. So, I don't know.
Maybe Eve HQ has something like that. I have it on my computer, but I've hardly used it.
So let me ask a question here. I have so I brought up in the market a 1MN Afterburner 1, and here I have experimental 1MN Afterburner 1s. What's the difference between experimental and regular?
Better fitting. It's like in the likes of, I suppose you could say WoW and that. You know, when you get like green gear and then you've got blue gear. So that's basically what it is. It's the names are the rarity, and obviously in EVE it's meta level. The higher the meta level, the better it is.
Okay, so
It's
experimental
not 100% correct all the time.
is experimental better typically?
Yes.
Okay.
Always check the attributes and compare the two, because meta is not. Sometimes they've screwed up, and it's not always better.
Okay. Yeah. Wow, there's going to be a lot of stuff to look here on attributes.
The main big difference sometimes can just be the fitting requirements. So one might take less CPU to fit, or power grid to fit. So basically, when you've got a tight fit, you can, if you start getting named stuff, you can fit it to the ship. Whereas if you look at Tech 2 stuff, generally is nasty for fitting. It takes a lot of power grid and a lot of CPU.
Okay.
Yeah, so like you have the limited versus the regular. The fittings are the same, and then you go into attributes, and then you say, well, what's the difference? And you take a look at max velocity bonus. That's what's the difference there. One has more bonus than the other.
So again, we go back to the whole, with EVE, nothing's ever simple.
Yeah, well, and that's actually one of the beautiful things about it too.
Oh yes.
So it's not this complexity equals depth, no doubt, and the depth equals longevity. So. Oh, I thought he was stopping there for a second. Oh, Porter Arto, I'm not going to Arnon just for an afterburner. All of the rest of my stuff is there.
How are you finding things on the market with your wanting to do a lot of trading?
Well, I think that I'm going to be able to do a lot of stuff with that, but I haven't gotten into it real heavy. I'm still, there's some more information that's needed behind that, which is, why things are wanted different places and different values in different locations, and what's the makeup of that, and what is the opportunity? Because really, what I'll be making money off of is purely opportunity, and so that's that I think is the main thing. Making the money off making money off opportunity.
Another interesting thing that you might be interested in, on one of my characters, I'm in a bulk mailer. Basically, I make things in bulk, and if you want to get rid of, say, if you make 100 or something, and you want to get rid of them, you charge lower than the market price. For the reason being that somebody will actually buy the whole quantity in one. So if you buy, say you've got 100 and they're like 2 mil each, somebody will buy that in one go instead of you sticking it up on the market. Also, it gives you the opportunity to buy a lot of stock in bulk cheaper to put it on the market yourself. So there's also that. So that might be something you might want to look at, see if you can get on some bulk mailers.
Yeah.
Hello.
Well, hello, Brian. Mr. I won 5 billion on Summer Blink. Or maybe I wasn't supposed to say that in public, I don't know.
Not a problem.
Yeah. So, what are your winnings up to now on Summer Blink?
I won a Titan skill book.
So,
Just tried my luck on that. So sometimes you can really have luck, you invest not that much, and yeah, then you get a payout that it's like, oh my god.
yeah. Maybe I should do another look at Summer Blink and try it out again here. So I've been pretty good. I haven't been spending a whole lot of money there, but have been playing just a little bit. But
The good point is to have achievement. This achievement system is quite amazing, or this award system, where you get some bonus credits if you play, for example, 100 blinks, or if you win 10 blinks, or if you win a harpy and stuff like that. It's quite amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's pretty interesting. So. Yeah, so anyway, yeah. Oh, and so chat, they're saying that they're giving 200 million bonus instead of 150 million bonus when you purchase time codes from us, and that is true.
Yep.
And so, you know, they have something else pretty neat there. Is, you know how I was talking about how the Eve API is so great and everything? We actually have a really interesting automated connection with SummerBlink that we built that allows that after the second time you purchase from us and you redeem it at SummerBlink, it can auto-connect to the account so that you no longer have to go and submit anything. It just auto shows up there. The credits every time, and so, and we have a lot of people that intentionally go through us so that they can get those extra credits. Skudwask, it is summer, S as in SUMMER. That is the correct pronunciation. So. I'm not just, I used to call it Somer Blink and still, in fact, I still call it wrong sometimes, but it is in fact summer. Oh, and Drakkar has the really, the not correct, the really not correct version, Scammer Blink. How are they scamming? You're the one freely giving money. It's a lottery. So more people lose than win. Okay. Yeah, Dractor says, all jokes aside, it's not a scam. No, they're, I've never gotten the feeling that they're a scam. It's a pretty amazing setup. And a lot of it has to do with, again, with the Eve API. You know, all this information they have there and how they're able to, you know, I wonder if when I win a ship and I select to have it shipped to me and I put it in there, I wonder if the Eve API, if it can say, okay, on their back-end database, they know that so-and-so has one of those ships, that, or their inventory location for that ship is over here, and they know who they're going to send out to do the job and everything, and so they, you know, as soon as I hit that, it just automatically sends a message in game with all the pertinent information to the correct person, and they go pick it up and deliver it. And then maybe it reports back that it's been delivered to their system.
Yep.
Yeah. It's just
I think they have a
brilliant.
huge interface for doing the payouts, etc.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's just, I am continually amazed at you know, EVE Online, external websites, you know, like SummerBlink and everything, and the interconnectivity between them, and how useful and easy it can be for us players.
Yep.
So, I think somebody's wanting a link to SummerBlink.
Yep.
That rhymes.
Yes, I guess it does.
Warp drive active.
Actually, we'll do, after this episode, we'll do a drawing for 100 million ISK code. that can be won by one of you. And so I'll give one of those away, as well as a new account code, the Minmatar account code worth $20, 30 days game time, all that stuff. And for those of you that missed it, we now have, if you're wanting to do a trial, we now have 30-day trial accounts on my site. So, right there.
Markee.
Yeah.
When you do the, you're giving away the time, not the 100 mil on Silverblink, but the time on the game time on the competitions. When you're giving that out, can if ever I do come up on that, can you just re-roll again?
Maybe.
Yeah, because obviously I got my accounts and I'm not going to use those, so better to give it to somebody else.
But you might have friends that would want it, huh?
I don't have any friends.
Oh. Yes. Okay. Well, we shall see. I might have a moment of weakness and send you 2 of them.
Oh no.
Nah, I'm just kidding. So. But if Ink comes up again as a winner, I'm definitely ignoring that and moving on.
Docking permission requested.
You're mean.
Okay, well, now I am in the safety of my base, my space station here that I'm currently calling home, and I think this is a good end of episode. So, if you're watching on YouTube, you'll have to wait for another episode tomorrow. If you're here watching on Twitch live, hang on, don't go anywhere. We should be right back.